I'm just the guy who wants people to go to Disney and to feel this magic. You know, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want to give this a 5 out of 5 just because you have to see it. I'm File91e, and these are my Disney news and reviews. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Disney news and reviews. I'm File91e, and I'm a little early this week. I was a little late last week, so I figure I'll be a little early this week, but I actually do have a reason. Tomorrow I'll be going down to Ocean City, Maryland with my family, and we'll be having a good time at the beach, but I wouldn't be able to broadcast my normal time, either Friday or Saturday. So I figure I'll give you an early edition of this week's Disney news and reviews. Still got a lot of news to read for you, and 2 reviews for you that I think you'll like. So let's get right to the news. This is a correction from last week's episode about Disney's ticket price increases. Annual passes increased $20, not $10, to $4.89 per year. Sorry about that. I got my information from allears.net. They posted a retraction, so I had to tell you. I want to be fair. But in sad news, another Disney cast member has died, but the cause was not because of a vehicle malfunction this time, but as a result of an accident while performing in the Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate tutorial. Apparently the 47-year-old Mark Priest slipped and hit his head during a stunt gone wrong during the show. He seemed alright when going to the hospital. He was even joking about to some of the other employees, but his condition deteriorated rapidly and he eventually passed. So my condolences go out to him and his family. It's a tragedy when somebody dies like that, but this happened during a show. It was an accident, you know. So just saying, if you fall and hit your head, if it's more than just a little knock in the head, go see your doctor. It's very important. Disney's upcoming animated feature, The Princess and the Frog, will not hit theaters till December 11th, 2009, but its star, Princess Tiana, will be featured in her own show at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland much sooner. Called Tiana's Showboat Jubilee, the new Mardi Gras themed musical will debut on October 26th in Frontierland in Walt Disney World and on November 7th in New Orleans Square at Disneyland. Both shows will be performed on the riverboat, and guests will be able to sing and dance with the new characters from the movie. Go to allears.net for more information. This is actually a pretty cool thing. If anybody's going to Disney World or Disneyland during those times and happens to see that show, give me a post on how it was. I'm interested to see how it is. And as for closings and rehabs, Typhoon Lagoon will be closed for its annual refurbishment during the month of November. Flights of Wonder at Disney's Animal Kingdom will be dark September 13th through October 23rd. They're just probably giving the animals a rest and repainting everything, making it look nice. The Liberty Square Riverboat at the Magic Kingdom will be closed September 13th through the 19th, so sorry about that. And Donald's Boat in the Magic Kingdom's Toontown Fair will be closed September 7th through the 13th. That's pretty much it for the news this week. Some bad news, as far as the passing of that Disney cast member. Again, my condolences go out to his family. And so, if you're down there and you happen to see the pirate show, check it out. Tip your hat to him, because he was just entertaining the people and he slipped and hit his head. So, thanks, man, for all the work that you did. And all right, let's move on and let's get right to the reviews. Okay, the first thing I picked out was the Coronado Springs Resort in Walt Disney World. Now this was coming to me from VegasEaglesFan. He wanted me to tell him about the Coronado Springs Resort. So I actually got a bit of information off the internet. And I have to say this before that I haven't been to this resort. So this review is coming based on sources that I've seen, videos that I've seen about it, information that I've heard from other people who have been there, but I personally have not been there. So this is not coming from personal experience. This is coming from what I've seen and what I've heard, and essentially what I think about it, if I'd go there or not. Okay, now what these guys say, the pluses and minuses to the Coronado Springs Resort. The strengths are nice guest rooms, good view from waterside guest rooms, because that lake, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. Food court, it's a good food court. Themed swimming area and water slides, great for kids. A fitness center, a business center, and convenient self-parking. Now the weaknesses is insufficient on-site dining, meaning the grill's there, but there's not a lot of stuff to choose from. So just keep that in mind. Extreme distance of many guest rooms from dining and services, meaning that the main area where all the stuff is, there's a good long walk. I'm talking like a good 15-minute walk. So if you're not very able to get to walk from there, you might need to have special arrangements set up for a wheelchair or whatnot. But that was one of the main things that the people have said. It was a nice place. It looked great. The lake was great. It looked awesome, but there was no. It was a long walk, and apparently low-flow shower heads make rinsing off take longer. So, just keep that in mind. It's pretty much a mixed resort. A lot of people say like it. They say it looks great, but there's these little things that can really get on your nerves after a while. So, but I honestly want to stay at the Coronado Springs Resort. I think it'll be awesome. I want to go for my next trip there, just because of the Southwestern theme. I love the Southwestern theme. If I could, I'd move to New Mexico up in the mountains, so I can see the great blues and reds and oranges and the natural colors. I love that. I don't know. I really like it. So yeah. The Coronado Springs Resort, I'm actually going to give preliminary, until I actually stay there and review it again, I want to give 3 stars. It's from what I hear, it's a pretty, it is a moderate resort. It's it seems like a really good place, but it also has its weaknesses with the long walking. So Coronado Springs Resort, I want to give 3 stars. Okay, the next thing I picked out was Peter Pan's Flight in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom. Now, these guys say Peter Pan's Flight is an indoor track ride, minor attraction, go before 10 a.m. or use the Fast Pass or after 6 p.m. Nostalgic, mellow, and well done, 4 stars. Now, I do agree with that. I do like this ride. I do recommend everybody get on it. And a brief history about it. This ride opened at the Magic Kingdom in 1971, but it was brought over from Disneyland. It was one of the original attractions, and they've done big refurbishments on it over the years to actually make it a little bit longer and a little bit more entertaining. It was inspired by the Disneyland ride that opened in 1955, like I said, and all the rides now are expanded. All the rides are pretty much the same, except for the ones in like Tokyo and Disneyland Paris, which are actually a little bit longer. You ride through the story. You ride through, going through the Peter Pan story, and you ride in mini ships, which is actually pretty nice, and can fit 2 adults or 2 adults and 1 child. The vehicle hangs from the top to give more simulation of flying. Now, it's actually kind of funny because me and my brother kind of freaked out because we were hoping that the hydraulic arm wouldn't fail, because obviously me and my brother aren't the smallest people in the world, and having 2 fully grown adults in it, we kind of freaked out. But it held us up really nice, and it didn't break down, so good for us. Now for the actual ride, you get in the ships, and then you go into the ride, and you pass through the nursery, and you see all the characters. Now once you pass through the nursery, you hear the famous "Come on everybody, here we go!" like you hear at the beginning of every Disney DVD now, from Peter Pan. And then you're off, you're flying through London, and then you see all the little cars on the bottom, and you go to the second star to the right, straight on somewhere to Neverland. And you pass through the Neverland sites, and you see Peter Pan and Captain Hook fighting. It's really cool, and you see the crocodile. It's awesome, really good stuff. And at the end, you get a good look at everybody, and then you dock back where you started. It's just a simple dark ride, but Disney does it really well, and the whole hanging ship actually makes it a lot better than what you might think. So Peter Pan's Flight, I'm going to give 3 stars. I was going to give it 4, but it really, to me, it's a fun ride. I really recommend everybody get on it, but it is something that that you can pass, because the lines usually are packed. This is one of the bigger rides for kids, because it actually actually moves around and does some stuff, but it's not very scary. and you know, it's one of the rides that few rides that little kids can actually get on and enjoy, and have it not be just like a merry-go-round. So Peter Pan's Flight, I'm going to give 3 stars. Check it out, guys. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's reviews. I have to end this pretty quickly because I'm running out of time. So if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I do this because I want people to go to Disney and have a great time. Thanks to allears.net, throwingplans.com, and thanks to all my fans who make this possible, who give me inspiration to do this. I love it when you guys, you know, give me comments and give me drive to actually want to do this each and every week. So if you have any comments, requests, whatever, let me know. Have a good week, guys. I will see you all next week. See you guys.